Welcome to Tennis Spin, where we put our spin on your tennis. So I kind of borrowed a WTA Touring Pros racket, emphasizing the word borrowed. Maybe play with it. Stay tuned. Hey guys, do you need help organizing your tennis life? Well, think Go! We got the Axiom line here, the 9-pack duffel, my favorite bag, the 9-pack Axiom 2.0. They even make a 12-pack if you're going on tour. And my favorite backpack of all time. I love that bag. So if you want to organize your tennis life, think Go. All right, so I'm out here with my buddy Perry, and I borrowed a WTA Touring Pros tennis racket here today. She probably doesn't know that, so we're going to keep it hush-hush. It's in for stringing, so I'm going to hit with it before I string it so she doesn't see the ball fuzz on it, if you know what I mean. So it supposedly is a head gravity.
Yeah, 2025.
Yep, the newest one.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't say which model, which is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's blank here. It doesn't say MP, doesn't say Pro, doesn't say Tour. There is lead on this, as you can see, and it supposedly was customized by Head. Head did this for her to make it her specs. So this may be a blank, like a blank kind of a gravity in a 100 in which is customizable.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like a 22, like a blade. Yeah. And I mean, there is a number. Her own serial number is in here so that they know what to do with the racket when she orders more. This racket is strung with natural gut 16 mains, Wilson, if anybody needs to know. ALU power, the 125 in the cross. 44 mains, 41 cross.
Interesting.
Let's go test it out.
Whoa.
All right, so that was an interesting experiment there, play test. What did you think of it?
For sure. So, I had, briefly tried the new 98 Tour and also the Pro. So when I first picked it up, I thought, it feels a little light. And then first ball on, I thought, wow, this feels really, I guess, for lack of a better term, it felt very tinny to me. It didn't have that plushness that I felt with the other 2025 gravities. Now it does say Auxetic 2.0 on this particular frame, but it just it just didn't quite resonate the same with me. Anyways, not that I've been using this for any long period of time, but yeah. What did you think?
I didn't think it felt like a Tour. I thought the Tour felt a lot better than this. This is obviously a Touring Pros racket, and this is her spec, so it's probably tuned for her playing style. She actually has a very, very fast swing speed, and I felt like you needed that with this racket.
For sure. Well, it's a little colder now. It's late in the afternoon. So the balls didn't seem to be, once you adjust to it, but it definitely requires you to come through the ball.
Yeah, you need to commit and let it go with this one. it didn't have that zip noise that the
No.
new tour has.
Well, interesting because it has a more traditional bumper guard. It doesn't have the half cap system.
Oh yeah, look at that.
That's the first thing that caught my eye. I said, oh, more of a conventional bumper guard.
Yeah, so maybe a conventional Racket painted to look like a Gravity.
It doesn't feel like the new Gravities to me.
No.
I didn't sense that.
I think this is like an old Speed, it feels like to me.
Possibly.
I mean, I don't know what it is. We're just taking guesses, shots in the dark here.
Yeah, because based on the shape, it does have that teardrop gravity shape to it. So it's I'm pretty certain it's a Gravity mold. Is it a 1620?
I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 20.
Yeah,
1620.
So that leads me to believe it's an MP or an older tour.
Right, and it looks like it's 100.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
definitely.
So
here are the numbers that you said that you got.
So 332 overall weight with the overgrip strung, 335 balance, 333 on the swing weight. So those numbers look relatively decent. It also tells me that it's kind of, weighted
a little further out
front for sure. But it didn't feel like that, which was interesting.
Not at all.
I feel like it's like from the handle up, it's heavy to here.
Yeah.
And then it kind of stops right around here. And then this part's just light at the top. That's probably why that head even with the lead, it didn't feel like it's given it enough.
I didn't feel like the numbers didn't translate to how it played on the court. For me, it didn't feel like it had the plow through that I would expect it to with those numbers.
Yeah.
Even with the added weight up in the upper part of the hoop, it just didn't feel like it carried through the ball. It's like you had to really swing fast just to get, good action on the ball or good depth on the ball.
Right. Like, I think for you and I, we probably need more, like for sure, a lot more than this, like double this at the top. For her, I think she's so last minute, like her swing speed is really fast. So she kind of comes like this and
yeah.
So
more modern.
Yeah, and she plays every day, so it's I was a little surprised at the 44-41, and her arm is hurting. So that's why she went with the gut. And she basically told me that I get maybe 2 hours out of this. Yeah.
Okay.
So, which makes sense.
She's swinging fast and, with a lot of loop. Yeah, she'll shred right through that gut pretty quick. But, this is a good example of where the numbers don't quite translate to the finished product, or how it would translate in terms of what I would feel.
Yeah, definitely. So it's actually it's tuned for her. Like I said, it's not tuned for us, and this is why we don't play with this type of racket.
Looks pretty though.
It does, totally.
I love that new graphic.
Totally. But Perry, thank you so much for
thank you.
for doing this play test with me. This is I've never done this before, so it's interesting. You expect a lot more from something like this. So. Guys, thank you for watching Tennis Spin, where we put our spin on your tennis.